Fight fans all over the world. Real Talk Boxing back at you again. Before I get started, I have to give a shout out to my mother-in-law. The other day she was over helping us, remodel the bathroom or whatnot. And she was like, well, Brian, you spelled the word wrong in one of the titles of your videos. You should really spell check your stuff before you post them. Well, first of all, I didn't spell it. I talked it in. My freaking voice, text, whatever, it was wonky, and it spelled the word wrong. But nevertheless, she caught it. So, Janice, thank you. I appreciate it. And I want you to know you a major pain in my butt. All right, let's get going. Punching power. Let's do something different. You have a lot of boxing YouTubers out there that just talk about boxing news. And that's because a lot of them, don't strap up. Never strapped up. They keep up with the news and they do a great job, keeping people informed and in an entertaining type way. But I'm actually a boxing YouTuber who done this before. Amateur, though. I've never fought professional, like I've said before. But on an amateur level, Golden Gloves, local tournaments, I've done this. So let's talk about punching power. One of my subscribers suggested that I do this video. I don't remember your name, but I really appreciate it. This is a really, really good topic that people don't necessarily talk about, but I'm gonna give you the business on it. So check it out. Punching power. Now, there's different types of punching power. You have render you unconscious with one punch type of punching power that you're born with, that you can't learn. And then you have punching power that you learn through exercises and techniques, learning how to punch harder. There's a difference. Now, you have a lot of professional fighters throughout all the years that had render you unconscious type punching power. They were born with it. You can't teach this. Jack Johnson, Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano, Mike Tyson, Roberto Duran, Los Manos de Piedra, Tommy Hearns, freaking Deontay Wilder. It took a lot for me to say that. But, these guys were born with heavy hands, would render you unconscious with one punch. That's something that really can't be taught. It can't, because if you have it, you have it, and if you don't, you don't. Now, you can be a fighter learning to fight, learning to box, that don't know the proper technique, that doesn't have the proper stance and foundation, bending your knees and using your hips and your pivots to give you more power in your shot. But you don't have that render you unconscious type power. Like me, throughout my whole amateur career, I never had that knock you out with one punch power. I've gotten TKO victories. I've knocked guys down, but they always got up. I've never hit a man one time and that was it. He got counted out. I don't have that type of power. My hands are small. I have relatively small hands for a dude, but I'm not a small guy. I'm short, but I'm a burly, thick dude, man. Like I'm 220 right now. And I'm standing 5'7.5", so that's pretty big for a guy my height. It's actually too big. I need to lose some freaking weight. But you can learn to punch harder. You can teach someone and show someone how to punch harder, how to bend their knees on the inside, how to use their hip and pivot off the ball of their foot in order to throw hooks with power and not arm punches, man. Power comes from your legs, your foundation, your hips. That's where it comes from. If you have a proper stance, if your foot placement is properly spread out, if you know how to pivot and turn your hips and use your core, you can punch harder. But if you don't have knockout power, you just don't have it. It's just something that you're born with. I mean, you watch fighters back in the day hit someone once, and it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Now, don't get me wrong. Even fighters that throw pillows instead of bricks. Like, let's say, for instance, let's say Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie Malignaggi is known for having weak hands. He cannot punch hard. But I seen him fight, what was his name? The Baby Bull. He was a young Mexican kid. His fight name was Baby Bull. Oh, I should know this. And I was a huge fan of him before. But he actually clipped him and hurt him. And it was because he got caught with a punch he didn't see. And we're talking Paulie Malignaggi, man. You know, my daughter, my 7-year-old daughter punches harder than Paulie. But some fights, you get hit with a punch you don't see. Those are the punches that hurt you. Now, if Paulie Malignaggi had render you up unconscious type power, it'd have been a wrap. He'd have got the guy out of there, period. But he didn't because he doesn't punch hard. You know what I'm saying? So there is a major difference between learning to punch hard, someone who punch hard, and someone who has knockout power. I mean, I've seen guys just barely touch someone before. And also, here's another guy, too. He was a smaller guy. Prince Nassim Muhammad. Prince Nassim Muhammad had huge legs to be such a small dude. And I've seen Prince Nassim, it looked like he barely touched a dude, and that's just it. He's out cold. A lot of people didn't like Prince. I didn't at first, but he walked it like he talked it. The dude he was fully confident. He was so confident, it seemed like he was arrogant. He didn't have the best technique. You know, he didn't have the best basics. But the dude could punch, man. He could hit you at any angle and knock you flat out. He was born with that knockout power, that render you unconscious type power. That can't be taught. It can't be learned. It's just a God-given gift. You're born with it. You're born with it. I can show someone how to punch harder, but I can't show someone how to constantly render someone unconscious. It's just you have to be born with it. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have that experience, if you don't have that ring generalship, you won't know the difference. I mean, like I said, we have a lot of them out here giving you the news, update you on news, but when it comes to stuff like this, I think it's very important because people can learn from it. You know, if you're strapped up, then you know certain things. You know certain things because you've been there, factual. You've been through it. You understand what I'm saying? You got thrown in the skillet and you got burnt a little bit. So I think it's a good concept. I want to thank the subscriber who suggested it, who asked me to do a video over it. I appreciate that, man. I think it's a good concept and people can learn from it. But you're born with it, man. Knockout power is given to someone by God at birth. You can't teach it. So I hope that helps you out, and I hope that, you know, everybody else can, you know, get some kind of info or some grasp the concept of having knockout power versus punching hard. But hey, man, if you guys want to suggest any other videos, put it out there, man. And if I have the knowledge on it, if I have factual knowledge on it, been through it, I'll give you the video. You understand what I'm saying? But till next time, respect all, fear none, God bless. As always, man, I really appreciate you guys. Y'all stay safe out there. Real Talk Boxing out.